Dear viewers, here is the thing. When a man holding one of the top ranks in the police force, a 2001 batch IPS officer, is found dead by suicide inside his own government bungalow, it shakes more than just one department. And when that man leaves behind an 8-page note naming 16 senior bureaucrats, accusing them of caste harassment, humiliation, and systematic targeting, the questions stop being personal, they become institutional. But then, before the dust even settles, another police officer from the same circle turns up dead, this time leaving behind his own note that flips the entire story. Suddenly, the victim is painted as the villain. Coincidence, or is there something deeper? Something the system doesn't want seen. Hello, I am Tejas and you are watching Honest Take on Lokmat Times. In today's show, we are unraveling the story of Haryana IPS officer Puran Kumar, a man who rose through the ranks by sheer grit, only to be cornered, humiliated, and ultimately destroyed by the very institution he served. A story where every event feels too timed, too neat, and too uncomfortable to ignore. But before we start, our usual request, please do subscribe to Lokmat Times if you haven't already and press the bell icon to never miss an update. On October 7, 2025, the body of 52-year-old IPS officer Puran Kumar was found in the basement of his government bungalow in Chandigarh. He had shot himself with his own service revolver. His daughter found him. His wife, IAS officer Amneet Kaur, was in Japan on official duty with the Haryana Chief Minister. When police opened his laptop, they found a long note titled Continued Blatant Caste-Based Discrimination, Targeted Mental Harassment, Public Humiliation, and Atrocities by Concerned Senior Officers of Haryana since August 2020, which is now unbearable. He named 16 officers, 9 serving IPS, 1 retired, 3 retired IAS. He accused them of systematically breaking him down over years. He accused his own Director General of Police, Shatrujit Singh Kapoor, and Rohtak SP Narendra Bijarnia of deliberate caste-based harassment. This wasn't a man ranting in anger. The letter was dated, signed, and laid out like an FIR. It read like evidence. He had been denied leave to see his dying father, humiliated publicly, transferred to non-existent posts, denied promotions, and stripped of dignity. The story did not start in October, it started years ago when an upper caste power structure in Haryana's police began tightening its grip on a Dalit officer who dared to question it. But the last few days before his death tell you everything about how this system corners its own. September 29th, Kumar was suddenly transferred from Rohtak Range IG to Sonaria Police Training College. No notice, no reason. The kind of move bureaucrats describe as a signal. He went on leave immediately. October 1st, as he drove from Rohtak to Chandigarh, his car was intercepted by Rohtak police. His PSO, Head Constable Sushil Kumar, was detained without warrant or FIR. Kumar protested. They told him, next it will be your turn. Sushil's service revolver was left behind in the car, the same gun Kumar later used on himself. Sushil was then kept in custody for 5 days without any case against him. Sources say he was tortured and told to sign a false statement implicating Kumar in bribery. Kumar called the DGP, the SP, everyone who could help. No one picked up. October 6th, finally an FIR appeared accusing Sushil of demanding Rs 2.5 lakh bribe from a liquor contractor. The police claimed the PSO was doing it on behalf of his boss, Puran Kumar. That FIR was conveniently timed. It meant if the state wanted to arrest Kumar next, no government sanction would be required. October 7th, Kumar shot himself. That's the timeline. Too clean, too convenient. When harassment turns methodical, it stops being harassment. It becomes elimination. Let's not pretend this is an isolated suicide. This is Haryana, a state where Dalits have historically been reminded of their place in the social order, even within state machinery. Puran Kumar was not just an officer. He was a Dalit officer who had reached the top. That alone disturbed the entrenched power networks in Haryana police. And when he began asserting dignity, the knives came out. He said it himself. Since 2020, when he visited a temple in Shahzadpur, his superiors began targeting him. Small things, denial of leave, bad ACRs, transfers became weapons. His colleagues mocked his caste in public. He was told he did not fit in. That's the silent violence India's elite bureaucracy hides behind protocol. His wife Amneet, a senior IAS officer, later said he was humiliated not because he was incompetent, but because he refused to bow. When the news broke, Haryana outrage. Dalit organizations called it an institutional murder. Protests spread from Rohtak to Hisar to Sonepat. A 31-member Shahid Puran Singh Nyay Sangharsh Morcha gave the government a 48-hour ultimatum. Arrest the officers named or face a statewide shutdown. Even Khap panchayats, not exactly known for progressive politics, backed the family. That's how deep the anger ran. Leader of opposition in Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, visited the family on October 14th. Standing outside their home, he said, "This is not one man's death. This is a message being sent to every Dalit in India that no matter how capable you are, you can be crushed." The opposition united, from Mallikarjun Kharge to Sonia Gandhi to Mayawati to Chandrasekhar Azad. AAP held candle marches in Punjab. It became a national conversation about caste prejudice in India's police services. It became a national conversation about caste prejudice in India's police services, a conversation the state wanted to shut down. Under pressure, the government finally blinked. Rohtak SP Bijarnia was transferred. DGP Kapoor was sent on leave. A special investigation team was formed. An FIR was registered under the SC/ST Prevention of Atrocities Act. Sounds like action, right? Except every single move came after protest, not before. The same state that ignored Kumar's calls for help was now pretending to seek justice for him. The hypocrisy stank. And then came the biggest plot twist. Exactly 7 days later, on October 14th, another police officer died by suicide. ASI Sandeep Lathar, the same man who had helped arrest Kumar's PSO. His body was found in a field in Rohtak with a bullet wound from his service revolver. He left behind a 6-minute video and 3-page note. And in that note, he flipped the entire story. Latter claimed Puran Kumar wasn't a victim but a villain, a corrupt officer running a bribe network, protecting gangsters, exploiting women, and hiding behind caste politics. He accused Kumar's wife and even their daughter of sharing bribe money. He said he was dying for truth and invoked Bhagat Singh before pulling the trigger. The same day Lathar's body was found, Rahul Gandhi met the Kumar family and DGP Kapoor was sent on leave. Convenient timing again. Suddenly, the story turned. The same media that called Kumar a martyr now began calling him corrupt. Within 24 hours, the state filed an FIR, this time against Kumar's wife, IAS officer Amneet Kaur, her brother, AAP MLA Amit Ratan, PSO Sushil, and another policeman. The charges? Abetment to suicide and criminal conspiracy, based on Lathar's suicide note. And here is what is impossible to ignore. The FIR was filed just hours after Chief Minister Nayab Saini visited Lathar's family. And here is what is impossible to ignore. The FIR was filed just hours after Chief Minister Nayab Singh Saini visited Lathar's family. Just like Kumar's family earlier, Lathar's relatives refused autopsy until the FIR was filed, and the government obliged almost instantly. It looked less like investigation and more like political theatre. Back in Chandigarh, the SIT wanted Kumar's official laptop for forensic examination to authenticate his suicide note. His wife said she had already given access. She accused police of incompetence, saying they failed to generate the hash value, a digital fingerprint used to prove authenticity. Police sources claim the family was stalling. The family said the police were lying. Meanwhile, crucial digital evidence was stuck in limbo. If the note was fake, the state had every reason to rush an examination. If it was genuine, the same state had every reason to delay it. Either way, the truth was being suffocated by bureaucracy. Put the pieces together. A Dalit IPS officer suddenly transferred without reason. His PSO detained illegally, tortured, and forced to name him in a bribe case. An FIR filed just a day before his death. A suicide note naming 16 powerful officers. And a week later, a counter-suicide conveniently rewriting the entire narrative. 2 deaths, 2 suicide notes, 2 opposing stories, and 1 police force that refuses to answer basic questions. Was Lathar silenced? Was his video scripted? Who recorded it? Who leaked it? How did he know about an alleged ₹50 crore deal with a gangster hiding in America? Why was his body found in a field, not his home or office? Why did both deaths come just before or after political movements? The questions pile up, the answers don't. Caste is the invisible thread tying this entire story. When a Dalit officer dies after naming upper caste superiors, he becomes a troubled man. When a subordinate dies accusing him of corruption, suddenly the same police machinery leaps into action. One death is questioned, the other is accepted without hesitation. Look at the pattern. The Haryana government delayed registering the FIR in Kumar's case until massive protest. But in Lathar's case, the one that discredits Kumar, the FIR was filed overnight with Chief Minister's blessing. The message is clear, the system protects its own, not the truth. For 9 days, Kumar's family refused to cremate his body. They demanded the arrest of those named in his note. 9 days of standoff in the heart of Chandigarh, the state capital of a government that claims zero tolerance for caste bias. When finally the autopsy was done, the body was cremated quietly, almost in secrecy. Soon after, the focus shifted to Lathar's death, conveniently diverting media attention. Today, Amneet Kumar, a serving IAS officer, stands accused of abetment to suicide. Her husband's character is being assassinated in death the same way he was broken in life. This case is no longer about who pulled the trigger, it's about who loaded the gun. Was it caste prejudice, political pressure, or bureaucratic revenge, or was it all of them, woven together, hidden behind legal files and press releases? Because here is the ugly truth: when an officer from a marginalized background rises high enough to challenge entrenched privilege, the system doesn't promote him, it isolates him. Transfers, inquiries, silence, these are the bullets of bureaucracy. And when the man finally collapses, they call it personal stress. When his family cries caste bias, they call it politicization. So here are some important questions that need to be asked. Why was Kumar transferred abruptly on September 29th? Who ordered the illegal detention of his PSO? Why were his calls to the DGP and SP ignored? Why was the FIR against the PSO filed one day before the suicide? Why hasn't the suicide note been authenticated yet? Who benefits from Lathar's death? Why do both cases reek of orchestration and timing? Until those questions are answered, Haryana's police force will carry the stain of these two deaths. Two men silenced for reasons the system refuses to admit. So here is my honest take. Why Puran Kumar did not just die by suicide. He died of 1,000 small betrayals. By a system that saw his caste before his service record. By officers who thought humiliation was a management tool. By a government that speaks of samajik nyay while watching injustice unfold in its own corridors. If this investigation ends up the way most in India do, with no foul play found, then it's not just the police that is guilty. It's the entire structure of Indian bureaucracy that stands accused. Because what we are watching is not a whodunit. It's a how long will you look away story. And for every officer like Y. Puran Kumar who breaks under the weight of silence, there are hundreds still standing, still swallowing the same humiliation, still pretending the system is fair. This time, the least we can do is not let the system bury him twice, once in death and once in narrative. Until the truth is spoken out loud, Haryana police will remain a house of ghosts, haunted not by criminals, but by its own conscience. And that is the honesty.